Yeah, lucky bastards.
I mean, they lost the ability to they lost the capacity to fly through the sky, but they're trade-offs, I guess. That's what it comes down to, right? They're trade-offs.
Huh. Yeah. Well. Oh shit.
I wish there was. Oh fuck! I can't remember what else I was thinking of. Do you do what I do? And when you get a wild hair to bitch about something, you just drive it in your car and you just start fucking yelling about something. I did that. I think I actually did that on the way over, which is really annoying. Why I can't remember it. I just started bitching as if there was an imaginary person there that had pissed me off.
Once in a while, I think everybody does that on various different levels. I've encountered people who do it to such an extreme that it freaks me the fuck out. Like they didn't know anybody was around, and it looks fucking scary as shit. So like if I like once in a while, like I'll maybe start talking to myself about something or other, or like I'd be like fucking asshole, like and maybe run down a few more sentences to myself, and then I'm like, oh, that's right, this is weird and scary. So, but that's just my personal opinion, and I'm sure that a blanket generalization about it wouldn't be like the greatest way to go. So, but yes, the short answer is yes. Mostly though, I sort of bottle up all my rage, and I don't know. That's probably not for the best, but fuck it. Like I'm not a fucking psychiatrist. I don't know. I have noticed that bottling up your rage, just in my own opinion, in my own case, is probably not the best thing to do. But sometimes, what choice do you have?
Sort of like bottling semen.
Yeah, and I think the lesson there is don't bottle anything up.
Well, I would add the caveat without proper labeling.
Well, or if you do, you have to let it out at some point. So
fair enough. This reminds me of one of my great laboratory schemes, which has come to naught, which is to add genes to a human to artificially or indirectly flavor semen. I think this could be the first $1 trillion drug.
Well, yeah, like I totally agree with you there. But if you this is an old gag I've known about for a while.
Oh, bullshit.
If you not this, but this thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
If you want to get a blowjob from a girl or a, confused young man or whatever,
right?
So there's sort of like gags that have been going around in like comedy circles for a while of like recipes you can make to make your semen taste like X, Y, or Z. Gotcha. So and since they float around to the level they do, not too famous, not too unfamous.
Yeah.
It's plausible that they work, and you can at least get away with a one-time attempt before the girl realizes that the recipe doesn't work at all. So but if there was a drug to make it actually taste, like roses and strawberries or whatever it is you're into.
See, my first instinct was to go for chocolate.
Huh? Be kind of ironic.
See, but I got a little too realistic about it because I remember one of the more pertinent chemistry lessons I had for this particular project or this particular idea was I remember learning that chocolate is a combination of a lot of different things to produce the flavor. There's cocoa and milk and sugar and all that crap, but vanilla is actually just one compound. One chemical that produces the vanilla smell and flavor. So that's where I was like, well, if I can't do chocolate, I can at least start with vanilla. Because it'd be probably, I have no solid background in genetic engineering, but to make your body produce one particular compound as opposed to, something that mimics that chocolate flavor.
Well, either that or you could just get like vanilla paste like injected directly into your balls once a week.
I'm wondering how that gets billed. What it says on your invoice.
They
fancy version.
They
That
just
particular vanilla application.
They just
injection.
put it under vaccines. That's why they're looking at you so funny.
Now, which one did you say you wanted? This one comes in a series of 80. See, now you've gone to the place where there are needles approaching my balls, and I'm not comfortable with this idea anymore.
Well, now you have
This has to be a pill.
You have to ask yourself which is easier, getting 80 injections of vanilla paste in your balls, or just finding a girl with very poor taste buds and olfactory senses.
Well, in that case, you could probably skip the injections altogether and just put vanilla paste on the bottom of your balls. Just,
Would that what do you mean, absorb through the skin, or what do you say?
No. You said like if you activate the smell.
Oh yeah. That's a good
maybe
idea.
it's just because I've heard that the majority of your taste is actually attributable to your smell, sense of smell.
Well, there you go.
So it's a Trojan vanilla delivery of jizz.
Wow, Trojan vanilla. that should be.
All right, we're writing it down. Trojan's not going to work.
Note to self.
Note to self.
Vanilla.
This vanilla jizz idea could work.
We copyright the name Trojan vanilla immediately right now. So there's a little C with a circle around it. So don't even think about it, people.
Ugh. It'll work. Getting back to the idea of literal douches and PC fucks, I wonder how many people don't like this idea.
Well, you guys know what you can go do, though, so.
It's true. Just getting back to it. I had to go in that direction, though.
And to be completely honest, because I really like that kind of thing, I've had many a month / perhaps year where I was a bit of a literal douche. And I realized the error of my ways. So, I had good intentions, I guess, at the time, and just wanted everything to be nicey nice, and thought that, I guess I was much more of an idealist during that phase than a realist.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, there's a lot of flavor in life. Vanilla being one of the many.
It's just an option.
And saying offensive, horrible things because it's absurd and the opposite of what you actually mean is part of that flavor. And that's why you can't be a literal douche. You can be one, but why you shouldn't be one. So, and that's why I slowly but surely got out of that phase. And I noticed shit, like, in my idealism phase, like, I was trying hard to be, like, friendly and good and nice and accommodating, and still people would bust the shit out of my balls.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, if I'm working hard and bending over backwards and I'm still wrong and being criticized and told I'm some sort of apologist for X, Y, and Z, why am I doing all this work? It's better to be hated and do no work than hated and do lots of work. So, and it's just much more freeing this way, and there is more flavor this way. Being a free thinker, and what a free thinker really is versus what a lot of people out there who sort of hijack the label for themselves. Being a real, true free thinker, not to abuse the term true, is one of the best freeing feelings there is. And it just allows for so much. And as long as you're not going to take yourself or others very seriously, it's fine. It all works out. And actually, I think that is the way to make the world a better place.
Well, yeah, especially like, and people that are listening shouldn't get too hung up on that idea of free thought or the label of free thinker. It's because all it really implies to me is just that you're always willing to listen to the argument. You're willing to, take shit in.
Yeah, and not make a whole bunch of assumptions right off because of, like, stupid stuff that's in your head that's sort of poisoning your thinking. You make all these assumptions because you're a feminist or because you're a midget or because you're a feminist midget. And, you know,